Hey Raiders, welcome back to the channel. Stuart Gaming. Hope you're doing great today. Hope you have a nice weekend, and I hope you've had an okay Monday. We have Raid Shadow Legends. We're going to be doing a Nightmare Prism Shard Pool. I've not really done any of these Prism Shards in any great number, but I thought, do you know what, sod it. I need some champs to level up, ideally some epics, but I wouldn't mind a second Calvalax. I wouldn't mind another Hefrak, just a +2 or +3, I think. Who else is there? The other guys I'm not that worried about, but we do have, although cheaper to summon, it is obviously a vastly smaller chance to get the Legos. I mean, I could get like a +4, I think, on the old Withier, the most popular ×10 champ you'll ever see. We've obviously got what's her chops? Xavier, she's kind of cool. The one wing, well, two wing, but she always like she's only got one wing when she stands like that. I always thought, do you know what? I always thought she only had one wing. She's got two. Interesting. There we go. We learn something new every day. She's great for bombing, poison bombing, that sort of stuff. I mean, they're not great. I mean, they're okay. I mean, I could get a +4 Bad Elf if I get another one of him. I could probably get a +4 Mashard if I get another one of him. Noct is okay, I guess. And the Crying Angel, Shemnath. She's alright. I mean, she's quite a funky champ to use, actually. I like her kit. I just think she doesn't really hit as hard. If she hit a bit harder, I think she would be exceptional, actually, in both PvE and PvP. But just don't think she hits that hard. The rest of the guys, you know, they're alright. It's just we want these guys. We want these. So look, 600. That's 3 temples. I'm going to see how it goes. As I say, I need champs for champ training, really. But as I say, won't mind another Hefrak, won't mind another Calvalax, and some of these guys just to sort of plus up. So let's just get into it, shall we, guys? Wallop. Let me know. Does this interest you at all? Are you bothering with this, with these prisms, fragments and stuff? As I say, it's the first time you're doing it. I'm probably doing it at the wrong time with the worst champs you can get. I mean, okay, that's great. That's not great. I mean, I'm assuming it's like a ×2. It's pretty much like a ×2 rate, isn't it, really? X2 Weekender. Probably won't be seeing lots of gold flashes. But obviously, because you've got a narrowed down pool, obviously that increases. I'm assuming it does. Not at the moment, it doesn't. I mean, let's say we're getting the epic. That's fine by me. I think it's fine by me. So after, because it's going to be quite a short vid, I want to look at the new Timid as well. Timid the Fall. Maybe that's what there's a moral of that somewhere. Maybe it's Jarrett the Fall. Double Banshee. Annex. There we go. Look, we're not going to. Right, well, there we go, guys. We're not seeing gold today, but you know, we've got some champs. We've got some champs to level up. Celavi. That was kind of harsh, really. I mean, there is no mercy. That's the other issue. There's no mercy. But there we go. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's have a look what we got. Maybe I might. Let me one up. Because things you do have a ×2. Sorry, a ×10 on Duchess tomorrow. Not that I've got anything. Well, tomorrow and I think tomorrow and Wednesday. It's basically CBC pulls. Not that I've really got any shards to pull, but you know how it is, guys. You know how it is. We do what we can. Let's try and get one Lego at least. Another Frozen Banshee. Another Rector. It's not happening. It's not happening. Seeker. Miscreated. There we go. Right, okay. Verdict. Thumbs down. Thumbs down. Don't get these. These shards are no good. But of course, if I just suddenly got 6 Legos, I'd be saying, they're amazing. They're incredible. Well, I've got a single. Can we get lucky on the last one? On the last one. Well, I mean, Yeah, he's good. He's very good. Doesn't count for Champ Chaser, does it? That's a shame. Right, anyway, didn't get any of those. Boo-hoo. Right. Let's come out of this. So we have, I'm just going to pop this on screen quickly, guys. New Fusion. Let's just get me out the way over here. So we have, I mean, you've probably seen about 15 champs. Where should I put myself? Let's put myself back there. Yeah, quite a few guys have been going through this. Now, I don't think straight off the bat, he looks, it doesn't look amazing. Very long, very long sort of cooldowns. Even though you book them, and there's not many books, even though we can book him out, you're still looking at 4 turns. I mean, it's like, what's that, a 1-4-4 they call it, don't they? So really, those kind of, I mean, it's kind of high. I mean, it's not Hydra, but I'm saying Arena because it's, for me, it boils down to his test of strength, right? Which is decreased duration of enemy buffs by 3 turns, which means because he's not removing stuff and debuffing, it should be avoiding polymorph. But unless it's going to decrease stone skin, I still think this is going to be pointless, because then you get an extra turn if Kaja's on the team, right? But there's no point getting an extra turn to follow up into his A3, which is attacks to enemies, places the accuracy and true fear, if everyone has still got stone skin. It's not going to work. So this has to also decrease stone skin, but I don't know if that falls under the same remit. I don't know if you know, when, for example, Arbiter throws out her A2, like the whirlwind thing, does that decrease stone skin the same as it decreases the other buffs? Because obviously that's the same. If it falls under that sort of category, or if it's still 50-50, then I don't know. I just still think it's not going to work. Stone skin is like one of the best and worst things that Plarium put into this game. It's so good when you're using it for certain champions, but then it totally ruins probably more champions that you want to use than it benefits champions that you can use. It's a strange one. Maybe they need to tweak from 50-50 to I think higher odds of maybe removing or decreasing. I don't know about you guys, but I still find it's definitely more 50 staying on than 50 to coming off, you know. Anyway, Timid to Fall, Carnival Hammer, double hitter, and then heals in by 10% of his max HP. He's a HP champ, so you know, get him to 100k. That's a, you know, every hit is 10%, so that's a 20k heal. Okay. If target has no active buffs, each hit fills turn meter by 10%. Okay. So there's lots of turn meter manipulation as well. Not manipulation, but turn meter increase because of his high cooldown. So even though you're booking him out, which doesn't, let me say, eight books. All right. So that's not that many. But you're still going to be on 4 turns. So unless you're going to have someone on there to refresh, a Kaimar or the what's the face, the old Yumiko, then you know he's going to be sitting there for a long time waiting for it all to come around again. Passive: whenever enemy activates while under fear, fills it by 10. So say for example, you've done your A2, A3, you've just done an A1, bang, 10%'s back on. If they've got no buffs, that is, right? Assuming you stripped them. Then whenever the enemy goes, so that's 4 times, you're going to get 40% increase. I mean, if that ticks up, if you've got high speed on him, I don't know. I just don't think, I don't know. I just don't see it. I'd love to know how Plarium's thinking works when they create these new champs, you know, whether they You know, they should ideally, well, you'd think they sit down and go, right, let's create a champion who is going to be arena focused. And then they should look at the meta, right? They should always look at the meta. All right, what is breaking arena? What is everyone going for? Let's try to throw a spanner in the works. So everyone's using Taras, Mariska, Stone Skin, high HP, slow Death Knight, Nuka, Sun, Wukong. What can we put in to suddenly put a big spanner in the works? And that's, I'd love it if that's how their thinking went. So then they sit down and look at it and go, right, okay, well, maybe, as I say, maybe if he's A2, if he's A2, does decrease Stone Skin, then that's great. That is really, really good because it's going to remove them all without prompting a sheep, okay, a polymorph. Excuse me, I've got communication a bit fast. So if that's kind of how it works, that is going to be brilliant. I think that is going to be really, really good if it decreases Stone Skin like that, I mean, 3 turns is a bit high unless they're going against like a Chris or someone that's increasing the buffs. But anyway, that's fine. That's really good. If it doesn't work like that, then I just don't see this champ really being used in any PvP content. He could be, your kind of mid game to late game, Doom Tower progression champ, bit of control. I mean, he's going to be good against, the Seafies and all those sort of people that put all the buffs out and that sort of stuff in Doom Tower. But and I say, I'm sort of trying to think ahead of time when they mentioned about Fortus being fixed. I'm hoping it's basically going to be his damage multipliers. I'm hoping he's going to hit a hell of a lot harder because at the moment it's weak as anything. So this guy could be kind of cool to maybe match up with Fortus if he's going remove buffs, extra turn, accuracy, true fears, over to Fortus, and then slap. That's how I'm kind of looking at it. That's what I'm hoping, right? That would be the only way that I would really want to go for this guy. Otherwise, I think it's just going to be a bit of a skip, really. I don't see this being very, very appealing to endgame players. It looks all right. But also the thing is, we don't know what this Kaja the Rye is going to bring. If she's got some really funky passives that when he comes into the mix, is also really, really cool. Like, whilst he takes off buffs, she can increase debuff duration, or some kind of mechanic where she's maybe putting on a decreased defense or a weaken that gets around the sort of polymorph buff, or if they're in Stone Skin, it will ignore Stone Skin, or some weird kind of thing like that in conjunction with this guy. But that's the thing, it's so silly that you have to wait on another champ to come out to see if this guy's going to be any good. But personally, guys, me, I don't know. I have to see what this Kudger can do. If it's a really easy fusion and it's just kind of, I don't have to focus on loads of summoning events and that sort of stuff, I'll probably just plod along and go for it anyway. But if you're free to play, struggling with resources, that sort of thing, just going through your usual kind of refills and stuff throughout the day, I probably wouldn't bother busting a gut for him unless you are focusing on Doom Tower stuff, PvE stuff like faction wars maybe. Faction wars, he probably will help out if you're stuck on that, if the waves are just getting through you, or tons of buffs and you can't get through. He might be the guy you're looking for, but I don't think he's going to resist. I don't think he's going to do much on my account other than just a bit of fun to play with, just to make it fresh, just to freshen things up. But that's it, guys. That's it, really. That is my view. Let's move me back over. My view on Timid the Fool. Peter the Fool, if you do the fusion. But There we go. Right, well, that is, I think, all that needs to be said about that, really. First time doing, Prism shards, and it was a terrible failure. Not pleased about that. I've got some champs to level up. CVC's kicking off tomorrow, guys. Still got some champ training to do. Ice Golem turn event. There's another one coming, isn't there? Isn't there another one of these coming? Let me actually click on my game so I can open the thing up. What we got, what we got, what we got. Come on. Finite. Finite of all of the Corrupted Alliance. So that's going to be all right. I mean, there you go. We've still got the Cold Hearts. There's tons of champs. Tons of champs to use there. That's good. All good. All good. Seer, it's going to get us through the waves. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be easy to do. But again, like of all these, I've not bothered pushing too much. I've just kind of got to the top. This one, I was just hitting stage 10 with a couple of champs. It took me like 2 days, probably. What did I do? Probably about 150 runs, something like that. I'm only winning by like 28 points, but I'm not going to bust the gut. I might add a few more on if Mr. Kane starts pushing hard. Only for those, pointless, worthless stuff. Anyway, right, champ training though. Champ training. That's for the next video, guys. And it's going to be a different one. Different video than what we used to. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you're summoning for this nightmare event on Prism Shards. I would advise you not to, because as you just saw, it doesn't work very well. Although you might get lucky. You might get lucky. You could be that lucky person that gets 3 legendaries in their temple. I'm not endorsing you to buy and buy, guys, but maybe it's up to you. Entirely up to you. You do what you want to do. You're adults, I hope. If you're kids, don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Right, I'm off. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.